Hey everybody, it's your girl Tanya. Welcome to my channel. Whew. It's been a long day at work. I'm on vacation next week, so I was trying to clean up any loose ends because my manager is out this week, and just wanted to be able to have everything cleaned up and send an email with things that need to be done and all that good stuff. Just CYA, cover yourself, especially my color. But anyway, I wanted to ask a question, and hopefully, some who are in a leadership role will, and you don't have to be in a leadership role, but I'm just curious. I'm in a leadership role. I have a staff of 3. I came from a staff of 10 to a staff of 3. But I had a question, and I always ask this question. And the question is leadership a state of mind or being? Is leadership a state of mind or being? And leave me a comment below. And I'm not going to say what I feel it is because, I want to hear, hopefully, you guys will, shed a little light on what you believe leadership is. But I noticed that a lot of times, like, I don't micromanage. That's just one thing I don't do. And the staff that I do have work extremely hard because, like everywhere else, we're short staff, and people always talk about the budget. We don't have any money in the budget to bring on another person. So whereas one person could be doing the job of 3 people, and I have a staff who really does not complain, to the point that I have put in for the 2 ladies, because one of the ladies is part-time, through a contractor, temp agency, so I couldn't do it for her. But my 2 full-time ladies, I had put in to get them both a week off, recognition leave, but it was decided to give them $1,000 each, which after taxes and all that good stuff, it don't equate to $1,000. But nonetheless, now they didn't complain. They were very appreciative, and I felt good that I could do that. But I'm the type, when my staff asks if they can be off, I don't say no. And you know why? Because I've learned, because I used to work somewhere, and this girl used to say, they tell me no, and this happens, I'm just going to call out sick. And some people will go just to the emergency room, urgent care, whatever, to get that doctor's note. So I've learned that they're going to get it one way or the other. So I just go ahead and give it to them, because honestly, I have a life, I have a family, and if I need time, I'm going to take that time. Like, and I've earned my time off. Like, so, because there used to be a time where I would never use my time. I remember years ago, I was working at IBM, and I was a secretary then. And I remember me and one of the other secretaries, I don't know how I hooked up with this lady, but we would walk, for health and stuff. And I used to say, I don't take no time off. She said, what? She said, we got unlimited sick and blah, blah, blah. You got to start taking some time off. Because, I went a long time, and I didn't take any time off. But, yep, and then that's just me. But I'm just curious. Sometimes people get in leadership roles, and they think they're above or smarter than their subordinates or people around them. That's not the case. And I'm gonna tell you something. I have my accolades, I have my degrees, but I always tell people, look, you don't know how I got them. Well, I went to school to get them, but same way I went to school, the next person could go. But because I have that, doesn't mean that I think that I'm smarter or I'm better than anybody. Doesn't work that way, because there's always something to learn. And I say that every day I'm learning, and honestly, I like learning. But today, it was tough because I don't like for someone to question my integrity when I've told you the answer or we've discussed things before. So one thing I've learned to do, and I like to do, even in my personal life, I keep documentation, because if it comes back around, people mysteriously get amnesia, you know. And so I just keep my documentation so I can pull it out and say this was discussed, and you know, this is how it is. And now that doesn't go without saying that I don't make mistakes, but I'm going to tell you, if I make a mistake, I'm going to be the first one to tell you I've made a mistake. And I tell my staff, it's not the end of the world. We can fix it. Mistakes, are just that. I call them mistakes. MIS takes, TAKES. But sometimes people can be narcissists. People can want to try to make you feel like you don't know what you're doing, or you're not doing enough, or you're not smart enough. Let me tell you something. Honey, I am at an age in my life where I just let people think, okay, you teach me. Well, because, you probably already know how to do it. And, I tell them, no, go ahead. Doesn't matter. Go ahead and show me anyway. I'm going to be just as humble. I'm not going to get to that point where I'm going to let anybody take me out of my character. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. But, hey, today's a new day. What did I do for my self-care today? Today I didn't really do anything, because today was really, really, really trying to clean up some loose ends. Like I said before, next week. I normally sometime would take the scenic route home, but I didn't even feel like doing that today. I just took the regular route home, and that's about it. So I'm making this video because this is therapeutic. My background's not aesthetically pleasing, because I'm sitting on the terrace, and but that's okay. Every background is not going to be perfect. Every video is not going to be perfect. But what is perfect for me is that I'm able to share my my woes of the day, and just talk about the day, and even just to be able to sit outside, and it's not cold, it's not too hot. Surprisingly, there are no kids outside playing today. And what is this? This is day 4 of spring break. Yeah, day 4 of spring break. And that's that. I'm kind of tired, so I don't think I'm gonna be up to watch my Grey's Anatomy. I'm probably gonna have to catch it on demand, because 10 o'clock I know I'm gonna be asleep. But then what happens is I go to bed so early, then in the middle of the night I'm up tossing and turning because I didn't fall asleep about 8:30, 9 o'clock. But such is life, such is life, such is life. But yeah, but I hope everyone, or some people, if you haven't joined the self-care challenge, go back and check out my videos. I have a playlist, and do some self-care. This is, matter of fact, I am doing self-care because I'm sitting out here on the porch, on the balcony, terrace, whatever you want to call it, balcony, little porch thingy, and I'm talking to you guys, and I'm relaxed, and I'm meditating, and that feels good. But last night was cold. I was cold in my room, and finally I got up and I turned that fan up. I'm like, this is too much for me. But that might be why I'm tired, because I tossed and turned last night, because I was too cold. You want it cold, but then you're too cold to get up and turn it off. So That's how it was with me last night. But nonetheless, hey, it is what it is. But I am not going to hold you guys. I thank you for listening. I feel better that I was able to, you know, speak my truth, and get it off my chest. Because sometimes, I'll hold it in, and then the next day I'm like all drained. But I have to stop doing that. I gotta stop doing that, because holding it in and harboring on it does nothing. Again, and I'm going to talk about it from my mental map. It does nothing but tire me out. And it is just not worth it. Nope. It's not worth it. It's not worth it in the long run. So, my friends, I wish I had some oranges. I should have stopped at the grocery store and got some oranges. Me and my granddaughter will go through them oranges. It's like, going for candy. We're like fighting over them oranges. So, like, you got to get them and hide and, but hey, I'd rather eat oranges than to be eating all those cakes and cookies. So, I'm only joking. I do not hide the oranges. They can eat them. Like I said, I'd rather them eat oranges than be eating all them cookies and cakes and candies and all that good stuff. So, with that being said, I hope you will leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of leadership. Is it a state of mind? Is it a being? Or is it both? And with that being said, don't forget to give your girl a like, leave me a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. I love to have you. So, until the next time, toodles.